What's the good word, y'all? Appreciate a couple of y'all already showing up in the chat. I see y'all as much appreciated. Welcome to the Jets Flight Squad. We got your regular host in here, DKBxJets. We got Gunny Gumbia, New York Jets situation report. Then, of course, we got Italy Jet, everything NYJ. We're in the building. We've been talking about it. We've been chirping it up. We just kind of ended up doing it on the fly now, but we have a mock draft that we're going to pop through for you guys. And I know you've been wanting it. I've seen comments from actually quite a few people on like some random videos of mine about opinions they wanted to see from Gunny and then from you, Gino, as well, about who we thought should go in each round. So we'll give the people what they want. We will give them what they want. Wild Wave, I see you. Marist, old boys, appreciate you dropping in, but we will get it popping. So to catch you guys up to speed as well, since we already chatted about it a bit while I get this up, the plan is we're going to keep this to one trade in this entire draft. We may not even use it, but we can trade down, we can trade up. We're only going to do it the one time, and we're going to run through this draft as if the Aaron Rodgers trade isn't getting completed, which, my opinion, honestly, it actually works out for us even better because then we're forcing the Packers to take future round draft picks and we get to work on our roster that much more. So let's see. We go and I need. Where'd it go? Here we go. All right. Let me see. It should be popping up for us. Can you guys see it?
Yep. Perfectly.
All right. Bet. All right, so we got the Jets 7. I guess I'll keep it at norm. Well, I'm assuming we probably won't try to trade up or down after like the second round, right? Because then we drop all the way to the fourth. So you guys want me to make it relatively slow for the first round or two in case you guys decide this is a good spot we might want to talk about trading up, or just run through it?
I'd say run through it.
Yeah, I just say run through it. Yeah.
All right.
None of these surprise me right now. Paris Johnson, he's off. Broadwick's off the board. Skoronski's off the board. Oh my god.
Board's falling about the way I expected. All right, so I guess we can jump back to these. There we go. All right, so Bryce, CJ. Basically, we have most likely the top two tackles for a lot of people out the board, potentially the top three. Broderick, Paris. Peter comes off. Jalen Carter doesn't fall to us in this case. Two of the top edge rushers are gone. Quarterbacks. Okay, pretty straightforward. So we could take a look at the trade offers, see if you guys are enticed by any of these. We can move to the late first, pick up an extra second, I believe that is, and then a second next year. Gunny, I heard you're not feeling it. I'm not loving this one either.
Nah.
Yeah, pass. I'm not going to give Bills that ammo. Go on.
Yeah, not only is it a bad trade, the Bills, that's not happening.
There, it's like Hopkins with his facial expressions.
Giants, a first and a second, and we get what's the boy's name? Adrian Jackson? No, Adoree Jackson.
Pass. Don't need any DB help. We get.
We're good.
And we'd have to trade one of ours. All right, bet. So we're making the pick here. So Gino, I guess I'll let you run through who you're thinking should be our pick here first.
Can you go to offensive lineman real quick? If not,
got you.
I think I know.
So top tackles: Darnell Wright, Anton Harrison, DeJuan Jones. Guard, we have Osiris Torres, Steve Avila, and then at center, of course, we have JMS, Joe Tippmann. You're pretty much running the board. What do you want? Tackles?
Yeah, I think I would go tackle or center, but all the people I want are off the board, so I think I'm either gonna go with John Michael Schmitz or Harrison from Oklahoma. Gunny, what do you think?
Let's see here. What's the big board look like?
Big board as a whole.
I wouldn't even mind going with Branch, but I don't
so
think it's not important right now.
You went what route?
So I went the Harrison from Oklahoma, which is an O tackle, and then Schmitz John Michael Schmitz. John Michael Schmitz. Minnesota.
So you're telling me Paris Johnson is off the board?
Yes.
Yep.
Roderick Jones is off the board. Skoransky is off the board.
Ah, man.
Exactly.
In all actuality, this sucks.
Exactly.
Like if the
Exactly.
board turns out like this, yeah. Well, let's go back to the offensive tackle.
I got you.
See, I'm looking at Harrison.
Jesus, man.
I wouldn't mind Harrison. I wouldn't mind Wright, but John Michael Schmitz has always been on my radar. But I would choose between Harrison and Schmitz for me. I don't know.
Well, yeah. Now, in all actuality, I think. I'm sorry. Let me see the defensive tackles real quick.
Got you.
I like Mozzie Smith, but not that high. Brian Brees is still there though. Man. Okay, so and this is we're gonna keep.
Keeping 13 because the trade down option.
Yeah.
Right.
And then 42 and 43 is still ours, right? Like this is
Correct.
not okay.
Correct.
I think in this particular situation, it sucks to say it, but this really sucks. Yeah, you got to go with the best player available here. I think once those top three offensive tackles fall out of favor, I think you can get your hands on one of those second tier guys in the second round. But the fact that defensive tackle Brian Brees is still there. I know people would say safety Brian Branch. He's just too small for me, man. I don't like his size. His size for me is concerning.
What about
Yeah,
Cansey?
in this situation,
Is Cansey there still?
Cansey's still there.
Oh, okay.
Cansey.
Elijah Cansey's still on the board.
Yeah, but that's still too high for Cansey, man. I like him a lot too, but at 13.
No, you're right about that.
Yeah, and in this situation, unfortunately, we go with best player available at a position of need. And I guess we got to go with Brees in this situation. Okay. He's a plug-and-play defensive tackle. He's a guy that's a little bit undersized for what we're looking for in terms of a run stopper, but he's going to go ahead and be a force to deal with in that interior defensive line. He's a guy that I've seen dropping anywhere from, getting picked in the top 10 or dropping into the second round. In all actuality, he's more of an anomaly than anything else, but with the current dynamic of how the freaking board has shifted, this makes all the sense in the world to just say, okay, well, best player available at a position of need, we'll go with defensive tackle Brian Brees.
Okay. Who are you officially rolling with, Gino?
I mean, for me, I would still go with tackle and center because I feel like we need that too. And he is right. We do need defensive tackle, but also if I'm Joe Douglas and if I'm me as well, I would also go with best player available. I love Cansey. Brees is a good one too, but you got to get those guys. So I'd say Brees right now.
Brissett for you too, or Brees, whatever it is. Okay, got you. Yeah, I'm just logging them real quick, so I kind of have like a final board of who picked who. For me, I don't love the tackles at 13 for the most part. I've actually kind of been chilling on that point, but the way the board's fallen, it looks like there could be two different runs on tackles because we're already hitting the second kind of tier of tackles, in my opinion. Looking at the board, I like the depth of the defensive tackle class a lot better than what's happening at offensive tackle. So from what I've checked out, I would actually end up leaning towards I always end up forgetting the boy's name, Darnell Wright, Tennessee. I love him as a guy that could probably be an upper tier right tackle with the potential to be a blindside guy, because I know a lot of people want to kind of stray away from position-specific players. Everybody's kind of quoting the versatility thing right now. I still think there's a lot of value in having a guy that can just focus on one position and be top-notch at it. So I would look to Darnell Wright as our best option, so we don't have to really play too many guessing games at the bottom of the draft or the mid, wherever we want to try to take our next guess. It seemed I'm gonna say Brian Brissett is probably our pick here, though, since we got both of you guys leaning that direction. So are you? Who I actually love. I just really hope he slides to like the second. But Brian Brsay, I love. I think we have the potential for our defensive line to get a group of guys that'll be inside, outside, versatile, and then you kind of have your guys like Bryce Huff and maybe Jermaine Johnson. You keep on the outside. So let's see. Anton Harrison made it all the way to the Chiefs. Interesting.
Cansey's with the Rams.
I seen. We might have actually had a shot at him.
Tillman is now.
Let's see. Anything interesting? Van Ness,
Witherspoon, Ringo.
I feel like this is high for Addison, but if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be the Steelers.
Yeah, agreed. That's
Darnell
true.
Wright to the Seahawks. Jalen Hyatt, that feels high. Bijan to the Giants. Brian Branch, Lions. Okay. Nolan Smith, Kincaid. So there's still... Okay, Meyer. Okay, I was going to say there's still quite a few tight ends on the board. Jones falls off. Josh Downs. Sanders. Cansey's off. Ojulari. Okay. So 42.
Offensive tackle? What we got at offensive tackle?
Probably not much now.
Cody Mock, Jalen Duncan, Blake Freeland. We still have center, our pick of the litter.
There it is. That's easy day.
Yeah.
You want JMS?
Amen.
Yeah, in that situation. So I will say this about JMS. He's not my center one, and I say that because I think freaking Luke Whippler is going to be a Pro Bowl level freaking center in the NFL. I think he has the highest ceiling by far. But in a win now situation, we're bringing in Aaron Rodgers. I think the most plug and play ready center right now with the highest floor is JMS. And in this situation, he's available. I can't see how you pass that up, knowing that he's going to be a solid starter for you at the league. He's an upgrade from what we had last year. Right now, while you have an Aaron Rodgers for the next year or two. So for me, that is why I think that he bumps up to center one for the Jets because of the current situation. But I do think that we'll be talking about Luke Whippler and thinking, damn, what could have been in a few years.
But we got back-to-back picks. So for now, because
but you can't go back-to-back center though. That's insane. You got to go with John Michael Schmitz and take the L with Whippler. And then I think for the defense, I mean, whatever the next pick is, we can discuss.
More. I like Schmitz more than Whippler anyway. So
why is that? If you don't mind me asking.
I like that I think you can develop him more and more as practices and OTAs go on. He's a guy that loves to learn a lot, and he loves to get better with anything. I've heard so many good things with him with Minnesota, and I like the ceiling for him in the future more with him. You could develop him a little bit better than that's why I think.
What do you think? What do you think, DK?
So it's funny because I actually just did a video about Whippler like this morning. So I looked into him pretty heavily over the night and then this morning. The way I differentiate the two, because I do think JMS overall is just a better right now guy, potentially a better long-term player too. I think they're both limited from like a physical capability. It's not too much more you're going to talk about like in terms of strength, agility, all that kind of stuff. I think Luke Whippler has him beat in terms of the athleticism for sure. But his ceiling is also much lower to me. I look at Luke Whippler as a guy that's going to be a master of this West Coast offense. And by virtue of that, that means he's going to be one of the better centers that come out of this draft. So I look at him as kind of one of the better technician guys. He's going to come in immediately able to pass block, be able to run block. And then you're talking about the guy that can go out there and he has one of the faster 40 times and 10-yard splits. He's going to go out there and do everything we want in terms of the sweeps, the pulls, reaching the second level of the defense. So I love him as a guy that almost is – he's not as physical as what we have with like Mango, but he's going to be the same kind of like player. He's going to be solid on the line for 12 to 15 years, and you'll never have to worry about him being a liability.
Okay, all fair, very fair. But I think a lot of what people love about JMS is scripted. I think a lot of his deficiencies were hid very well in the passing game, specifically in that freaking offense, that scheme they run in Minnesota. Another thing that I don't like about him as much as I do with Whippler is the fact that he is very below average in terms of athlete. And in terms of trying to get to the second level, I think he's going to struggle at that very, very mightily at the NFL level. And when you're talking about getting your blockers downfield to go ahead and create those open lanes for a guy like Brees Hall, Michael Carter, with the scheme we're trying to run to go ahead and get the running game really going, he's going to struggle in that. He just doesn't have the athleticism, and you can't either you have it or you don't, right? Like you guys said, technique and whatnot. You can actually coach technique. I think you can be coached up to go ahead and take full advantage of your athletic gifts and strengths. And I just don't think we're seeing him. We're seeing him right now as an athlete, the highest peak of his athletic ability. He might be able to get stronger, but I worry about that. When you look at Luke Whippler, he's a freak athlete. I mean, he's probably got the strongest hands of any offensive lineman in this draft. Once he puts his hands on you, you're not getting away. I don't know. At the end of the day, I understand why the pick. I do believe that JMS right now gives you the best plug and play center option. But long term, I think we're seeing JMS right now at his full potential. And he's like 24, 25 years old.
Right.
So we're seeing this guy as a full grown man,
years.
right? Yeah. So like that to me is huge in my analysis of the two individuals. I just think right now with JMS, you know exactly what you're getting, and there's not a lot more room for improvement. There just isn't in terms of where he's at. And I'm kind of curious as to how the Minnesota offense that kind of helped him in the passing game, kind of like hides some of his deficiencies, can get exposed at the next level. So that's the reason why I understand the why in terms of what we have on tape, why he's the guy now. But, man, I have a feeling that Luke Whippler is going to be that dude moving forward. I just think that his ceiling is much higher.
So, all right, so hearing your argument, it sounds like you would lean towards Whippler, but the more reasonable pick sounds like JMS to you?
Yes. 100%.
Okay.
Yes.
Gino, you want JMS too? Cool. For pretty much all of the reasons me and Gunny ran through, I am still Whippler. I've actually cooled off on Joe Tippmann. He's my guy. I just don't think he's going to be as great as the scheme fit with what he has going on. I'd rather, if he was in the third round or something, or we had a later mid-round pick, I'd jump on him in a heartbeat. But I think there's too many question marks with him. So I would actually lean Luke Whippler, not with this pick, with our second one, but we'll lock in JMS here. And then what are we thinking for our back-to-back pick? Oh, my bad. I didn't even tell y'all who I was thinking about. So I actually have one that's a little bit out there. I am in preparation to move on from CJ Mosley and kind of give a boost to what's going to be the next tier of our linebacking core. There's 4 or 5 guys that I like in this draft, and I'm talking through the entire 7 rounds. I would actually take a look at Jack Campbell here. He's a guy that kind of has a classic throwback body frame, but he has all the immediate instincts and athleticism you love. And he's able to go out there and operate in the passing game, at least from what we've seen in college. I don't know how much that'll translate because he's weird. He has athletic ability and probably better than some of the other linebackers his size for sure. I think it's from a recognition standpoint in his game film. He's still kind of questioning certain things, or his IQ is pretty high. So, it could be a classic case of some of those guys that are just overthinking things on the field. But I think he falls into the perfect situation with Robert Saleh. So you get in there, the scheme's a lot more simplified with what they're going to ask him to do. You go out there and you basically get your version of what many people thought we missed out on in a Tremaine Edmonds. Same kind of size, same kind of athletic traits. I think Jack Campbell's actually farther along than what Edmonds was coming out. So I would look at him there, actually. But let's go ahead and jump into our second back-to-back pick here. What are you guys thinking? Where do you want to
What are the trade options? Do we have any trade options on the table?
Yes. So we have moving down 4 spots. We'll pick up a third next. So nothing that's really helping us this year, but we pick up a third. We move down 4 spots. We also have to give up, I think that's our 6th rounder.
One of our 6th rounders? I think we got a few of them, or a couple of them at least.
Yeah. So we give up. So I want to say it's just the one in that draft. I want to say it's just the one in the 6th round. So basically, we're giving up a 6th. Moving back 4 spots, we pick up a third the following year.
Is that the only option we got?
We do have another one. Switch with Green Bay. This almost feels like the trade we discussed before.
I mean,
So
in all
same kind of thing.
actuality, I think that third pick next year is going to be a high one. I would like this trade right here. Only because of the two individuals that I'm looking at, I think they're going to fall to us at 45. And I think in this position, we're talking about hitting those needs with players who can be impactful from jump. And I'm looking at some available guys. I'm like, oh my God, he's still here. This is great. So I'd be okay with us dropping back 2 picks and then acquiring an extra third next year. I think that third round pick is going to be an early third round next season from the Packers. So that's just me. I'd vote we make this trade.
Okay. How you feeling, Gino?
We can't hear you, brother.
We don't hear you. I don't think you're muted. At least not from what. Oh yeah, you are muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're good.
Sorry, I have a mic issue over here. No, I think realistically happening on draft night, I think this is more of a realistic thing we could see from the Jets and Packers, and the 3 guys that I'm looking at on defense that I would want would still be there. So I like this trade overall.
Okay, so kind of recapping before we make this a thing, we have Gunny, Gino. You guys both went Brian Brisset first round, John Michael Smith second round. I had Darnell Wright in the first. I have Jack Campbell in the second. As both love the option of the trade down though.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Bet. Let's make it happen. All right. So we will swap places with them. We'll pick up a third next year.
No.
Pretty much same option. So, okay.
Oh, wait a minute now.
Dropping 2 more picks.
Pick 118. Pick 118 is what?
I think that's
a
fifth rounder.
Late third, early fourth.
No. Yeah, you're right, Gunny. It's a fourth.
For pick 118?
47.
To move back 2 more
and drop 2 picks.
Off the board came to a Keon White. Yeah, the 3 that I still like are still available. I vote yes.
I'm with it all day.
And then
wait,
yeah, better trade than what
now I keep thinking about it. I take this trade.
Yeah, I would take this trade.
It's weird to me that this is a better trade than what they
did to the Packers, right? Yeah.
No, because the Commanders gave us one too, but they wanted it was basically the same thing as Green Bay. They were going to offer.
But they wanted an extra pick.
So I don't know why they changed and threw one in this year, but obviously they love somebody. We're going to take it. Oh, we can't. We said only the one trade.
Oh, we gonna do one trade?
We had the one trade restriction.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. Well then,
Touché.
that sucks because I would take that all freaking back.
Amen. Amen.
But yeah, in this situation, I'll just jump on my opinion. I think the pick is easy. It's Jack Campbell. I think Jack Campbell arguably might go in the first round just because he is a plug and play linebacker, a traditional linebacker with the ability to cover, and that's impressive. Big ass dude that's able to go ahead and move the way he does. Physical individual. I'm a big fan of what he could potentially do. You know what I'm saying? Like his feel for zone coverage for me, I think is why I like him so much because we play it. And he'll be to go ahead and, excuse me, the dog is crazy, to eliminate, you know what I'm saying, his part of the field is just, it's been impressive to watch. And Iowa to me is almost on the same level of like Ohio being wide receiver university. You see them having like stud defensive players coming out of Iowa. And I think, yeah, in this situation, Jack Campbell, not to mention just the name says it all, right? Is somebody that I would love to have in green and white.
My man has a list of accolades in just one season that people don't accomplish their entire college and NFL careers. It's crazy.
Facts.
I love Jack
Pure
Campbell.
Facts.
I just love how the way he just gets the ball. I love his toughness. I love he just gets I can't even talk. Jack Campbell for me. I can't. I would go crazy if
Man Crush Monday, baby. It's Jack
This
Campbell.
is my Man Crush Monday. I love Jack Campbell. I would love it.
All right, cool. So things are pretty much trending the same way for both of y'all. Brian Brisset, JMS, Jack Campbell. I already picked up Jack Campbell, so kind of seeing who's left right now. I think it's weird because I've kind of been trying to think what's the best for right now, as well as what's going to happen a year or two from now. I don't happen to have a DT that I picked up yet, but I still think in the 4th round, there's some good guys that could be on the board. I would probably say for me right now, Mozzie Smith looks like great value.
100%. I'm still shocked he's there.
The only other person that's in my mind right now as somebody I would be considering is actually Jahmyr Gibbs as another option to kind of give Breece Hall a break from recovering. It feels very early. I love a lot of running backs in this draft, though.
Yeah,
I would go Mozzie Smith here personally. We have the trend, though.
I was thinking either Mozzie Smith, Jack
for
Campbell.
Me, it was Mozzie, or that's what I'm saying. My 3 guys, it was Mozzie Smith, Jack Campbell, and I love, call me crazy, I love, where's he at? Will McDonald. I think Will McDonald is somebody who's underrated in terms of what he brings at the edge presence. I would love to see that dude in a rotational role on our defensive line. Like, I would love it. So I had those 3 in my list, but Jack Campbell fills a need right away. And I think that's the reason why I went that route. But you're not gonna see me cry if the pick is Mozzie Smith. I think he's a freaking massive human being who's gonna stuff the running lanes on the defensive line next to Quinnen Williams. That's that guy that replaces that run stopper we needed on the defensive line. And it's not even close. I think he's probably arguably one of the better run stoppers at DT in this draft. I'm kind of surprised he's actually still here, if I'm being honest. But yes, those were my 3 guys that I saw, and I was like, "Ooh, keep trading back," because they're all 3 of them were still available.
Did you have a couple of guys you were looking at, Gino?
I always like Jack Campbell. I love Mozzie Smith as well, but I like Simpson too. I like a lot of linebackers from Clemson, and Simpson has always been one of my favorite to watch. But I think if you're going to go with a guy now, like Gunny's saying, and that would fit this defense with Quinnen and Mosley, I think Campbell is a good fit for now.
I think seeing how the board fell, I already kind of ran through it. Jahmyr Gibbs would have been my Breece Hall insurance policy.
So I like that.
Yeah, he's going to come into an offense right away and do pretty much all of the similar things, minus some. Obviously, there's some areas I don't think he's as strong in as with Breece Hall, but to know from the dynamic of what Aaron Rodgers has done, with including his running backs quite a bit in the passing game, he's going to catch screens, he's going to hit stuff out of the flats, and he'll be able to take it 70 yards if he needs to. I already said Mozzie Smith would be my guy. The only other guy I was considering here as a wild card is Darnell Washington, the tight end. I love the man as what could be CJ, essentially, for what looked like last year, right? Extremely good blocker. He's a guy that has a lot of physical capability to evolve into a demon in the receiving game too, though. So you give him a year like Jeremy Ruckert, where he doesn't really have to come in and do much other than special teams. And then you look at a year from now, it being Jeremy Ruckert, Darnell Washington, and then, maybe Conklin or CJ sticks around as your additional guy. But we have
for me, man, Mozzie Smith and Jack Campbell fit, I feel like, our defense more, and they're just dogs. And JD loves dogs. One of those I'm good with.
For sure. The pick is definitely going to end up being Jack Campbell for us, since we don't have that one here. It's a 2-to-1 ratio again. And then we don't see ourselves for a while because we don't come up into the 4th round.
There goes Mozzie to the Raiders. Damn it.
McDaniel to the Buccaneers.
Yep.
Trendon to Chargers.
Herndon Hooker to the Lions, huh? Okay. Steve Avila.
Damn. Antonio Johnson. Oh no. Okay, I was about to say, for some reason my brain said we went through the 3rd round because I want the kid Sidney Brown, who went to the goddamn Texans.
There he is.
And he's gone.
So bye-bye. Man.
It's tough not having that 3rd round pick anymore. Jahmyr Gibbs lasts into the 3rd. That's crazy. Brandon Joseph.
Oh, wow.
Tippmann.
Gibbs, really?
Ivan Pace. I really like him too.
I could see Gibbs going to Seattle, though.
Luke Whippler. There's no way. Okay, no way he drops 94. There's no freaking way.
There's no way.
That's nuts.
He's too talented to be
Tanner
dropping
McKee.
down.
All right, so some of the experimental quarterbacks people think we should take a shot on are coming up. Damari DeMarvion Overshown is a guy that I keep
that
seeing
too.
that the New York Jets are doing like a lot
That
of
too.
research on.
Okay.
Former safety convert. I think he used to play wide receiver in like high school or early on in college, and the man's kind of coming to his own. So, all right, let's run it back and
get
just
the comment out of here. I can't really see much. It's like there you go.
Got you. I got you. All right, so we had Jack Campbell. Darnell comes off. Mozzie Raiders. Will goes to Bucks. Javon Dexter, I kind of liked him too. Dolphins. Cody Mock. Herndon, Steve, Cowboys. Siaki Ika was a guy I liked. Johnson. So safeties are starting to come off for us.
Hall, I liked Hall.
Jalen Duncan, he would have been a good backup. Wait, did you guys have tackle early? You guys don't have a tackle yet. So
nah, and that's why
Owen
what are the
Keanu Benton would have been another good DT option. So tackle options for you guys. Not great, depending on how familiar you are.
Jordan, Jeff, none of these guys are going right now. What about running back? What's running back look like?
So Sean Tucker and Chase Brown are two of the guys that I love most outside of Tajay.
Chase Brown, that's my
I like Chase Brown
all day.
Might be a little early for him.
It's a little bit too early.
It is early, but
what pick are we at?
Actually, well, are we even that early?
I still feel like it's probably early because he's been sitting here for a while, and we have.
When's our next pick?
So we're in the 4th round. So fifth.
We pick 5th, 143. So we're about well, yeah, 4 rounds pick away.
All right, let's go to the big board.
Back picked.
Yeah, go to all. Go to all.
The Cowboys.
Well, this shit sucks.
One of the better free safeties.
Actually,
on the board,
yeah, Christopher Smith is still out there.
If you want to go running back, we have that option.
That's odd.
Hey, what? No, Mingo's there?
Well, the 4th round is about where everybody's been projecting him pretty consistently.
I don't know if I like that though.
He
was a 3-year starter, man. Like he started like all 3 years. Like,
what are you talking about? Which guy?
Christopher Smith, man. Like, the guy.
Georgia. So
the guy.
You both have a defensive tackle. You have a center. You have a linebacker. Right tackle, safety are probably still the most immediate needs, and then wherever else you guys want to try to experiment.
Yeah, man. Like I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I think we saw the New York Jets last year struggle with turnovers towards the back half of the season.
I like Christopher Smith.
Like
Christopher Smith, things fizzle really quick.
Exactly, right. And Christopher Smith for me is a guy that he could be that individual, like when it comes to deep, you know what I'm saying, making plays from like deep alignment, you know what I'm saying, moving up, running up.
Right.
I kind of, man.
The reason why, one of the reasons why I like him is he's good with coverage. The rest of the stuff I'm kind of like up and down with it, but I like him for this pick, for the 1, 2. South Georgia.
So basically,
it's tough.
If you do Christopher Smith, you're looking at him and Tony Adams competing. He did have one of the lower RAS scores for anybody that cares about that stuff at the position.
He doesn't speak. He doesn't talk freaking Joe Douglas type of player to me in terms of his athleticism. I like him a lot. I just don't see them going that right. We already traded. We can't make any trades.
Yeah, we can't make any trades. Yeah. Well, do you?
What? Can we see the offensive tackles again?
Yeah, I got you.
What is this? The Price is Right. McFadden. That's the only guy I could see for me is McFadden. But who's below Witt?
Kadeem Telford, Melissa.
No,
absolutely.
I don't want any of those guys.
None of those guys.
I do like the Baylor kid, but that's more because of his high IQ.
Gavin, okay,
5'3" RAS.
Yeah, he's very undersized too for a tackle position. Yeah, man. Look, I think at this point we've tackled linebacker, we've tackled interior offensive line, we've tackled defensive tackle, but did we really get a run stopper? What are our defensive tackle options in this case? Because we can't really call Brian
Moro
Bresee.
Ojomo, it's a good option.
Ooh, I
Dante
like Ojomo.
Stills,
I do.
Carl Brooks, Byron Young, some
I like Byron.
decent players on the board.
I like Byron Young.
It's
and
still too
Ojomo.
soon though. I
Yeah,
think we got to
you're
go
right.
safety,
It
boys.
is,
I think we got to go safety. At this point, Joe Douglas, yes, he might not meet the RAS score, but I do believe in the fact that he's always going to go with best player available.
Yeah.
And in this situation, best player available
This is
also
the best player
fills a
available.
need, right? And the free safety position is still a question mark. And I think
Right.
with a guy like Christopher Smith, you have somebody who's done it at a high level. Georgia Bulldogs knows how to win, right? It's a winning organization. And you're talking about a guy who's a starter over the last 3 years.
I thought it was South Georgia.
No, I think
Oh
he's
my
a Bulldog.
God! Oh my God! I'm an idiot. I'm looking at
I'm
the
pretty
S.
positive he's a
I'm thinking
Bulldog.
of the S.
Yeah.
My bad.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
it's-
like, what?
Bulldogs.
No way. He's a
Sometimes they do
Bulldog.
abbreviations, and that's what I thought was abbreviation.
Oh, okay. I was like, I know damn well I
that's
didn't
right.
mess that
That's
up.
right. That's right.
So if it helps, he's pretty versatile as well.
Yes.
Just for anybody
You
teeter-tottering.
don't
So
know
he's
if
played out of
Ashton's
the
gonna come
slot.
back or not.
He's
You don't
played
know
a
if
handful of
Ashton's gonna
snaps
come
at
back.
corner. He's played in
Yep.
the box. He's played the majority of his snaps in the deep alignment, though.
And with him, what you know is this: once he recognizes the play, and I think with our defensive-minded coaches, they're going to simplify it for him. I will say this: I'm not going to say he's the most intelligent individual when it comes to the game. I don't think he's a high IQ type of defender, but when he knows what he's supposed to do, he freaking focuses and he crushes it. I think our defensive-minded coaches being able to slow the game down for him and saying, hey, this is what you do if you see this. This is what you do if you see that. That's going to go ahead and allow him to really take advantage of his skill set and just attack.
Matter to you? I know him and Brian Branch are a little bit different, but Brian Branch also has the versatility. Does it matter that Christopher Smith is also on the light end to you?
I'm not going to lie to you. If we're talking wanting him to come up to go ahead and make those hits, we already got freaking our linebacker that's going to go ahead and assist with the run game. I would like to have a safety back there, man, that could potentially get us some turnovers. You know what I'm saying? Like tip some balls that gives our DBs an opportunity. And I like Christopher Smith for that.
6 career interceptions.
Yeah,
He's been able to get I think 10 pass deflections.
Correct.
Over 3 years. He's making plays for sure.
He's making plays.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I
here
like
it's
him.
Christopher Smith.
Yeah.
I think it's Christopher Smith.
Christopher Smith. All right. My board looks very much so different from you guys. So
Okay.
I still also need a safety, but let me see who's actually out there real quick. I like Trey Dean. I'm not gonna force a pick for myself necessarily because I do actually have a ton of faith in Tony Adams and what he showed last year. I think you'd like some more security, but we're talking the 4th round, so you're not gonna get a guy that's obviously better than what Tony Adams is as a UDFA that came in and stole a spot from Jason Pinnock, who was, a 5th round guy himself, among others. So I don't really want to miss out on anything. And if I'm taking a shot in the dark on another weapon, I would probably say I really like Sean Tucker.
I think Sean
you're
Tucker
still-
has a chance of being there for you in the next round, which is where my mind is at.
If that's
Yeah,
the case, it's the same thing for Chase Brown, but I don't know if I want to risk that because there's still safeties that I like as well.
I'm good with
Running
Tucker
back's not
or
going to be the
Brown
biggest
for
need
next
either.
round, too.
Is there any? Jonathan Mingo is a guy that would have boom or bust potential, and he doesn't need to really play. Do I want to
Still
take
like
a
him
shot
as
at a weapon right here, though? I'm only seeing 1 or 2 other names that I'd like. Tight end, I'm not going to worry about at this point anymore. Okay, Chandler Savala's there, but I could probably get him later on, and that's not going to be the biggest need either. Oh, is he? Hold on, is he still here?
Who?
Garrett Williams. Okay, so what I'm thinking as a crazy pick is Garrett Williams is essentially Bryce Hall. He's a guy that really has first round talent traits, but he suffered an injury last minute that took him out. The man makes plays. He's definitely a round one cornerback. I think I might make a future pick here for a guy that could potentially replace DJ Reed 2 years down the line, but is essentially Bryce Hall for us. I thought he was off the board already. Hold on, I need to sit and think on this. But yeah, for you guys that aren't too familiar, it doesn't look like he makes a ton of plays, but he's had 2 interceptions. He's had 12 pass deflections over the last 2 years. The man doesn't really get targeted because he's out there crushing stuff on his side of the line of scrimmage.
This is a Syracuse cornerback, right?
Yeah.
I think he might.
If I'm not mistaken,
be
bro,
there
this
next
dude
round.
was like a second rounder, if I'm not mistaken. Before
He was a first rounder, in my opinion. Like
First
the later
rounder?
part of the first round, so early second, first round towards
I
the
was
end.
at least end of second round.
I see where your head's at with this. Like I see
think
where
I
your head's
might
at
be
with
able
this.
to get him next round. I think I might risk that one, so I will go.
I like his leadership.
I'm keeping him on my mind. If he's there next round, he's definitely my pick. I think I am going to go with the players that I feel are going to best help us out within the next 2 years. So I'm not expecting a lot of these guys in the 4th round to necessarily see playing time. I am going to roll and not take the chance. I'm going to go. Sean Tucker, I think, is a better runner than Chase Brown. Chase Brown may be the better overall guy in terms of helping out everywhere.
Right.
I think I'll take the all-around capability. I would go Chase Brown with my pick. Gunny, who did you have again? Christopher Smith. Same thing for you, Gino?
I did. Yeah, with
Okay.
Smith.
So we'll
Christopher
make him the
Smith.
pick.
Yeah, or the running backs.
So you guys picked up a safety.
I remember seeing a few of Garrett Williams' games. I liked his leadership. He really pumped up the defense there.
Yeah, but I kind of feel like he was playing out of position a lot, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, for some reason, like a guy with that level of quickness,
have
and
an
he seems
injury?
very, very fluid. Yeah, he tore his ACL, I think.
That's what I thought. Okay, so it's that guy.
Yeah, Garrett Williams.
He tore his ACL, I think.
Oh, he's there for me. Did I miss it?
Wait, just look at it. Look it up.
Yeah. Okay. So anybody else? Jonathan Mingo comes off, so I lose a potential weapon. We have a guard.
Tucker's off. Tucker's off.
Sean Tucker's off. Ronnie Hickman is off. Jordan McFadden for you, so you're losing another tackle, another experimental quarterback. Parker Washington would have been another potential option.
Yeah, okay. Penn State. I like that guy too.
So you guys are still looking at a needed tackle.
There's not going to be.
There's nobody you're going to fall in love with.
Yeah, not even close.
I'm already in love. I know exactly who I want here.
Word? Who you thinking?
Oh, yeah. I'm thinking
Why not
Condre Miller.
take Smith? Who are we talking about? Smith.
TCU Condre Miller?
Yeah.
He's still there?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm actually, I don't believe this will ever happen.
This is never going to happen. He's still there?
Never going to happen. 6 foot, 225 pounds. My man had 15, 16 rushing touchdowns last year. He's somebody with quick feet. Like, he's still there. And I don't see how or why. He's not hurt, I don't believe.
No, he's not. He's clean. He's
good.
He ran for over 1,200 something yards last year, I think, too.
Keep in mind, this is what happens with running backs. They get played.
Yeah. That's also a good point.
Man.
Do you guys know who this game was talking about? With Smith. I'm assuming maybe he meant Christopher Smith.
Did he mean Christopher Smith?
I don't see another Smith here, and I don't see one that looks
right there.
available.
Christopher Smith is us, yeah.
Yeah, I don't see one in here, so I'm not sure. Yeah, if you could let us know who you're talking about, maybe we can break it down real quick. But I know who my pick is. I'm just waiting for you guys.
Yeah, in this situation, I do
Oh,
believe
Christopher Smith. Okay.
we already
Yeah.
got
They
him, didn't
picked him
we?
last round. They picked him last round.
Wait, wait, not R. Smith.
Yeah. He. I
Oh,
think he
okay, okay,
didn't
okay.
see
Oh,
that.
so
Yeah.
okay, it was a little bit. He didn't see it. He didn't see it. Okay, cool.
Man,
Yeah, man. Like for me, talk about what I'm saying, alleviating the return of the Brees Hall. Michael Carter has been showing a little bit of hesitation in terms of how he's feeling about the Jets. We don't really
yeah,
know where his mind is at. Ever since his boy Elijah Moore is gone, he seems to be a little bit more detached from the
right.
organization. As much as we love him, I'm not going to go ahead and bank on a running back to show up and do what he's supposed to do when he's showing this level of emotion about that trade. It's kind of worrisome. So for
Agreed.
me, Kendre Miller is not somebody I even imagine would be here. But we're talking about a guy who's like 6'2", 215, 220. He had over 15 rushing touchdowns last year. I'm pretty positive he was between 1250 or 1350 rushing yards last year. For TCU, you know what I'm saying? Like this isn't a school that's known to have a lot of weapons, right? And he was able to
Right.
still make it work regardless. So I think while we're waiting for our boy Brees Hall to come back to full form, why not get a guy who I think on the majority of people's boards is a third, fourth rounder coming off the board now? What are we in the 7th round or 6th round?
Fifth round right now.
We're in the 5th round right now, right? So this is an individual right now that I feel it's a bargain. It's a bargain, and he's somebody you can plug and play right now while Brees Hall is healing. We don't have to rush our guy back and risk further injury. So Michael Carter making me feel a little bit uneasy as of late.
Yeah.
I think this is a wonderful fill, right, for that
Amen.
role of holding Brees Hall's spot for him until he's 100% healthy.
I've loved
Nice.
watching Miller in. I've loved watching Miller with TCU. I like, especially what Gunny said about the Carter. I'm actually up in the air about that too, because when people feel a certain way about your boy, they don't really get out of it for a while, and then it spirals, and then bad things could happen. But I've watched Miller, the way he plugs in to his routes, the way he just goes into it up the middle. I just like his power when I saw one play in the championship where he did like one of those Williams, like Quentin Williams did the Tyreek Hill,
Mhm.
and I was like, whew, I like that. So I'm all about Miller. If anyone wants to go Miller, I'm here for that.
Okay, so you both want Miller. I already ran through this last pick for myself. I'm 100% going Garrett Williams, cornerback. All right, so let
So
me lock in. Where is it? All right, so Kendre Miller for you guys. Did I mark it on here? I did. Okay.
heads up, it's 3 o'clock my time, Gunny, for you and
Oh, yeah, I got 5 minutes.
okay.
We're almost there.
Well, I'm just letting you know. Just letting you know.
Okay, good catch. Appreciate you. I was like, oh, crap, I even know.
No one needs to get
This is
fired
mock
today.
drafts, bro.
No,
Yeah, this is
no
I
one needs
love
to get
mock
fired
drafts.
today.
I will lose track of time, bro. I love me some mock drafts.
That's why I'm here.
Keeping me aware. I appreciate you. If I'm not mistaken, man, I'm pretty positive freaking like Kendra Miller also was like amongst the top 10 in like yards after contact.
He
Something
was.
ridiculous.
He
I
was.
remember there was a
Yes.
stat line about him where this dude was was just getting through first contact and second contact at a cyclic rate, something insane.
Yes.
If it was 7, maybe 800 plus yards after contact, and this is a guy who ran for like 1,300 yards, that's a huge chunk of somebody who
Where
can
are we?
obviously make things happen without needing the freaking offensive line to be elite.
Where are we?
I feel
we-
like they
is this
didn't
the
give us
fifth or
our
sixth
6th round
round?
pick. Don't we have a? We should still
We
have
should
a
have
6th round
2.
pick. Hold on, let me double check some.
I'm pretty positive we should have 2 6-round picks.
Let's see. That was updated as of March, so that's a little late. What's the most recent one? I'm almost positive we have like pick 204 in the 6th round or something like that.
I'm looking it up too with you. Actually.
So we had pick 207 from San Francisco via Houston. It says this was as of March 23rd, but I know we did some stuff. Let me see. That's wild. I didn't expect that was going to be my last pick. I'm almost positive something's
The
not
only
right about
thing that
this.
I'm seeing is the 6th-round pick with 207.
Okay, so that's what I've seen from the other thing. Hold on. So it says we have
1/4,
pick
1/5.
13, pick 42, pick 43, 112 in the fourth. Yeah, we should have
And then
pick
143.
207. Yeah.
207.
So
Correct. Because you got 143, right? You said that.
yeah.
It doesn't say any 7th-rounders.
Yeah, no 7th-rounders, but we should have pick 207. So somebody's trying to screw us right now.
Yeah, because
Maybe I could force a trade in here. Why does this say Green Bay has our pick?
Yeah, that's what I'm. Oh, are they doing like a future shit?
Nah, it can't be. As far as what I'm
Right.
seeing, because
We
even
had both.
our
Yeah.
official site says we have it. But that can't be true either, because then we would be missing one of our 2nd-rounders. Yeah, I'm just going to force the trade here so we can make our final one. And then
I'm on Pro Football Network.
This is Jaguars. Why aren't you
Why don't you love us? But hey, league doesn't love us, so why not?
208, so I'm gonna pick off, but doesn't matter.
Just give them take next year's
Corey and
don't do
take
that.
Corey in the 6th.
Damn. Okay.
This is pretty.
He's
limited.
like, fuck it, just to go ahead and get it done.
At this point, let me just get the pick that I'm supposed to have. While y'all.
Oh, it's been accepted.
Right.
Look at that. 208.
Okay, so to run down, you guys have a defensive tackle, a center, a linebacker, a free safety. You have a running back.
What are the offensive tackles looking like?
Yeah. Probably shit.
Yeah.
Probably at this point, you know what I'm saying? It's all experimental depth guys.
Yeah.
That you could build up. What?
Pretty much the same group that's been there since like the 4th, 5th round.
But Galvin's still there. I thought Galvin would go the round before.
That's the undersized guy Gunny was mentioning.
Yeah, that's the thing with him. He's just light. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he wasn't as small as he was, I think he has. Jake Witt is there, though. Lord, that's way too early. I like Jake Witt, though. But I like him, though, man. Like,
I only know the 3 names. I know Connor Galvin, I know Jake Witt, and I know Jared Horst off of the guys that I was checking out later on. That's about it.
Yeah, I don't know Jalen Thomas or Botzik either. All right, well, let's go back to all. What does all have?
We have the top of our board: running back, kicker, center. I love Scruggs too, but
Scruggs is good. I like Scruggs.
Retainer. We have safety, which you guys don't really need. Some lines. Yeah, right. Puka's there. I like Puka as a weapon.
Okay.
Some guards, linebackers.
Dude,
we're scraping the bottom.
This is just.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. We're getting to the point where like a lot of my research and tape it's fizzled out. I'm like,
it becomes that VHS old stuff where it just goes.
Yeah. Bring up Jalen Redmond real quick.
I got you.
What's his size?
Jalen, got you. Okay, so
Oklahoma.
291, 6'2". He fits the mold of what we.
But he wouldn't be a run stopper though, and we already got Brian Reese, who's more of that hybrid guy who can get into the backfield. Damn, man.
You want to take a punter? You want to?
Hey, you want to take a quarterback?
Yeah, what are the quarterbacks? Let's look at the quarterbacks.
Dorian Thompson went off a little while ago. I would have looked at him.
Dorian. I was about to ask if Dorian was still there. All right.
He's gone.
DeVito, Illinois line. I like that.
It's gonna be a
nah.
Yeah, man, that's a no for me. Man, this is rough.
Yeah, I did that. Wide receivers.
Yeah, I think wide receiver might be a good point here.
I'm looking at the BYU kid. I'm looking at Higgins from Stanford. What else is there?
2 seconds. 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 2
Antoine Green's another dude I like.
Yeah, I like Green. North Carolina, right? Is he a North Carolina kid? Yeah, he's a North Carolina kid. Who's the Alabama kid?
Excuse me, man. Thank you. You're ruining my moment to be Quentin Williams.
What? Man, that went over my head. You have to explain that one.
Oh, you don't remember when he got drafted? He was doing an interview. He sneezed.
Oh,
he blessed himself.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm there now.
Is Blake Freeland still available, or is he gone
Blake
too?
Freeland went off.
He's already gone.
Yeah, he already. Yes.
DT's Byron Young still there.
Just don't. Oh, Byron Young's there.
Nick Herbig's there at edge. Yasir Abdullah's another interesting dude. Caleb Murphy. Safeties. Oh, my boy's still on the board.
Who?
I'm a Rutgers dude. So Christian Ezian. I like him because he's had one of the better. You know what? No. Yeah, he had one of the better. It's not like elite. He had one of the better, just purely like athletic scores on the RAS scale. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to lean towards myself either just yet, but we'll see.
Hey, gents. Yeah, I got to jump off. I have a meeting that started at 3 o'clock. I just got a message like, hey, we're waiting for you in the meeting. I'm like, what meeting are you talking about? Oh, shit, that's right.
There you go. All right, peace out, Gunny.
Hey, gents. Yeah, I'm gonna watch this though because I kind of want to see what you guys do.
For sure.
Hey, number love for you guys. Till next time.
I appreciate you, Gunny.
Later, boys.
What you thinking, Gino?
Let's go get a fullback.
I hate you.
I know you do. I like your punter one though.
Hey,
I'm an Alabama guy. I like Young. You can't have too much of those defensive tackle guys. I do like that BYU kid though. I think if you coach him up, I think he'll be a good weapon eventually. Not right now though. He's gonna have to fight for some places as well because you are at the end. There was another guy you said.
What position?
Oh, he was defense.
Oh, you talking about the safety?
Yeah.
Christian Ezian, Rutgers.
Yeah. I know you like Rutgers. I know him too. I liked him a little bit from Rutgers. I watched a lot of Syracuse and Rutgers games this year.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was pretty good. Not like immediate star right away, but I'm all about coaching kids up and coaching them up and getting them there. I think he's got the right attitude for it. But I'm going to go with that wide receiver, though, BYU. What do you think?
You want Pua Nakua?
Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, I think he's worth the risk right now. Everybody at this point is going to have some kind of major red flag, right? So I think the big thing with him, and I'm surprised they actually mentioned it here. So that lets you know that he's still somebody worth paying attention to. But I think his thing is he's probably not going to be like a great yards after catch dude in our offense. He's probably going to have to be closer to like maybe to like who did I like him to? He's probably closer to being like maybe it's a far out comparison, but he would have to be a chain mover in the mode of like Quincy and Unwood for us. And I don't really see that with him. So I think he's a guy we just get in the building. We say, here's what he does well, which is generally having strong hands, having explosive traits, but not necessarily being quick twitch. And we just see if we can develop him into something. But
Boom. Sounds
you want
good.
Pua?
Yeah.
Puka? Antoine's here too. I don't know which way I would lean. So you guys got DT center linebacker.
Well, who's the other guy?
Back. Who's the other what?
Who's the other guy that you
wanted? The only two guys that I would really look at right here is Puka Nakua or Antoine Green for me.
Where's Green play for?
He was the North Carolina kid.
Oh yeah. Oh, I like Green. Not as much as like a lot of other people, but he's still a good option. For like, he's not gonna do anything right away, but
Right.
because these are risks guys now.
Right.
So, you know what? I think I would go with Green. I think I like Green a little bit more.
Antoine Green.
What are you thinking?
I don't know because my board fell much differently. The way we picked up guys, so I would still need a safety.
Okay.
See,
I'm not. I would go wide receiver.
I won't say need. I mean, we really just need a camp body, I feel like, because at this point, we passed up everybody that's going to give some strong competition right away. So right. If I went safety, not knowing a ton of dudes out here, let me see if they still have this guy on the board. ZZ. Oh, they do have him. I would probably rely heavily on what I know about how they tested and kind of the schools that they're coming from. So one of the other guys that I would probably really consider late here if he's still on the board is Jartavius, and he's not. Who the hell picked him up and when? I feel like he went probably super early on. They won't let me control F. Oh, yeah. Okay. Goddamn Patriots. Yeah, it would have been a pipe dream seeing him last as long anyways.
That is true. So 12 seconds. 12, 11, 10.
Jesus. I usually
9.
get 120 seconds. Puka. Well, okay. Gunny said Puka's growing on him. Yeah. So you are leaning towards Antoine Green. Gunny may go Puka.
Both of them are good. I like them both. So
I think let me see. Is some of these guys still out here? No. Ahmad isn't on the board. Is Daniel Scott's on the board? So I'm pretty much just running through safeties right now. I think I would lean towards somebody that just has the high physical traits that I like what I was seeing out of Sidney Brown, and we will coach them up, as we said, at this point.
It's just all about coaching them up now.
Yeah, that's essentially what we're looking at with a guy like Tony Adams. So he's not a guy that would have a role in year one beyond some snap relief and then special teams. Right. I don't know if I like ZZ Moore or Daniel Scott, though. Let me see something. Come out. I want to check something real quick, and then I'm pretty sure I know which way I'm going to lean with this.
Okie dokie.
So let's see, 6 foot, 208. Great bench, great vertical, great broad, 4.45 speed. A great 10-yard split, and he has good agility. I am going to go Daniel Scott for me. Safety out of California. He has the best combination of traits that I would love. He's pretty much elite in terms of his 40-yard dash and his 10-yard split times. He has the size, being over 200, just slightly taller than 6 foot. He has the jumping ability, which is up there. I mean, I think he basically matched what was the boy's name? Byron Jones. He basically had the same broad jump that Byron Jones does. So he has the traits and stuff that I will look for. There's going to be some obvious deficiencies there in this game, I'm sure, but I will look that up at a later point. Yeah, Daniel Jones would be my guy. So are you still leaning Antoine Green?
Antoine Green, Puka, or I like what you said about Scott.
I know Gunny's still listening in the background. Gunny, you want to roll with Puka?
I can't hear him.
He's no. He's not on here. He's just listening in the background while he's doing this meeting. But he's posting stats and stuff. It's funny. Yeah, I know a decent enough about Puka still. I just think I'd probably take the risk of picking up like a priority free agent weapon. I'm dead.
This dude. That's all good.
We're committed.
All right.
To
So it looks
do.
like I
think he wants Puka.
Let's just go. I think we should go with either Green or Puka.
All right, I'm a pencil in Puka for Gunny. Which way you want to officially lean?
Man, I really do like Green, but I understand why we would pick Puka too. But they're just both very different guys, so I think Green could develop like down the road, but a guy that's going to be coming in immediately that would do something for competition. I think Puka's there, so for that, I am going to go with Puka.
Puka Nacua for both of you. Got you. I will hope Antoine Green falls to me as an undrafted free agent.
Yeah, I agree.
If not, I'm not going to cry over spoiled milk. And then I am going to take my shot on a ball of athletic traits in Daniel Scott to simmer and develop behind my boy Tony Adams. Bet. I think I'm gonna like, I don't know. I'll put together some kind of image for the way all of our drafts fell, but I want to see if anything else interesting happened here. Let me go ahead.
Well, by this time, we would not even pick at this pick.
Yeah, right.
Because a waste of time.
To the simulator. According to the simulator, it wasn't necessary. So all Gunny really did, since we ended up trading Corey Davis for pennies and nickels, is
which is really dumb. But So Banks, what are you gonna do? Did you go with Puka?
No. I'm rolling with Daniel Scott, but I picked Puka Nacua for you guys.
Oh man, screw you.
I think I don't know. I'm gonna come up with like some images and like a voting poll or something. I want to see who this is the only time I wish I had like Twitter and stuff like that. I want to see who thinks had the best draft. Appreciate it, Marist. Oh damn, I didn't get to see the rest of it. This isn't the one. Do they give us grades on this one?
No.
I think I'm thinking of the other one, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
All right,
well,
but
I haven't recorded.
I gotta go. So good to see you, brother. Thanks to all the comments. Yeah. Be back next week.
No doubt. Appreciate y'all. Right. As mentioned, I will throw something on the channel for everybody to check it out. Everybody that didn't get a chance to yet, just so you guys can kind of formulate your own opinions on how we did. And we'll catch you guys again. Appreciate it.